Arkansas, the PACE program, and I think that what they've done with that side of the coin is amazing. It's going to continue to grow because I think they have satellite locations. Correct me if I'm wrong, President Kimbrough, in Hot Springs. Where are you?
We have a course location in Hot Springs. We have a campus at Camp Robinson. At
Camp Robinson. So I just wanted to pass that along to you as that our institution grows, continues to grow from its very beginnings of around 300 or 400, and we're well over 800 now and shooting forward for more. I was glad to see Coach Ryan Johnson here today because Ryan worked with me at UCA. He was assistant baseball coach. It's always good to see him. And Ken, as we tell all the coaches when they get here, we're with your wrestling team as long as you win. So, no challenge. It's my pleasure today to introduce Tasha Flynn. This is a unique break from football because, you know, Conway has always been a football town. At CBC, soccer takes the spotlight in the fall. And so we're very fortunate today to have Tasha Flynn, who currently serves as Assistant Athletic Director at Central Baptist College and is also entering her third year as the women's soccer coach. And their program is flourishing. I have made some copies of the schedule. You can go online to get copies of their schedule and their conference, but they do play all the way around the area here. I even go as far as Cleveland, Mississippi, and where's Freed Hardman? Tennessee. So anyhow, they've got a tremendous schedule lined up for the women's college here, for the women's soccer program here. And if you get a chance, go online, take a look at it. And, they play their conference games here out there at the complex, the soccer complex out here in West Conway. Tasha has a great background. She attended Lyon College, where she played soccer, of course, before transferring to Missouri State University, where she finished out her collegiate career. She graduated with a Bachelor of Science in Exercise Movement Science. And from there, she went on to pursue her master's degree in kinesiology at the University of Central Arkansas. And while she was at UCA, she was the graduate assistant coach for the Lady Bears soccer program. Her husband, Asher Flynn, is currently working on his PhD at East Tennessee State University in exercise physiology. So it's important that we support this and do this. It was a great training experience for me because when I grew up in California, no football was played in junior high, just soccer. So 7th, 8th, and 9th grade was where I learned to speak all the foreign languages, in some of which I really, it's very difficult right here, speaking Japanese and Chinese in the same competition. You know, it gets a little bit wild. Anyhow, let's give a big Rotary welcome to join me in giving Tasha a big Rotary welcome to the Assistant Athletic Director and Head Coach of Women's Soccer for the CBC Mustangs, Tasha Flynn.
I appreciate it, Vance. Vance thought we should start with a little trivia, and Sancy gets to hand out another free cup of coffee to whoever wins. And Bob, you're disqualified. So Vance wants to know if anyone knows the average miles that a soccer player runs in a match.
7, 8,
9.
12.
8's about the average. Who yelled 8 first? You can see Sansi. Well, I appreciate you guys letting me speak. This is actually my first time at Rotary, so I appreciate being here and giving the chance to update you guys on the Mustang Athletics program, kind of what we accomplished last year, and then what we're looking forward to in this coming season. As Van said in the introduction, I'm going into my 3rd year as head women's soccer coach at CBC, and then this will be my 2nd year as the assistant athletic director, kind of helping Lyle with game days and just kind of making sure our sports are running smoothly whenever I'm not coaching. CBC Athletics is a big part of the CBC campus. We have approximately 260 student athletes, so we're around 50 to 55% of the student body. And as much as we're proud of what they do on the field, we also know they're student athletes and we want them to succeed on the field and retain them and get them to graduate. We're very proud. We're creeping to a 3.0 as a cumulative grade point average for all the sports. Softball had a 3.3 as their team GPA. Men's golf was above a 3 point. Women's soccer, we had a 3.12. So a lot of our sports are climbing up and having over 3.0s as a collective group, and we're getting there as a campus as a whole. So while as coaches our focus is obviously we want to win and we want to do well on the field, but obviously we want our kids to continue to be good citizens, get good jobs, and graduate from CBC as well, not just be there for a couple of years. In the 2015-2016 season, looking back at where we just came from, we kind of began a new era in athletics. We had been a part of the NAIA for several years in another conference, and we kind of took a step forward into becoming more competitive and getting into a bigger and a better conference, and we joined the American Midwest Conference. In that, we joined 2 other teams from Arkansas, Lyon College and Williams Baptist College, had a little bit of a rivalry on top of what there normally is, but now we're competing for a conference. We also joined Freed-Hardeman over in Tennessee, Lindenwood-Belleville up in Illinois, and then there's 8 Missouri schools in the conference as well: Columbia College, Hannibal-LaGrange, Harris-Stowe, Missouri Baptist, Park, William Woods, St. Louis College of Pharmacy, and Stevens. So overall for our conference we have 13 women's teams and 12 men's teams that we compete against. We're also dual affiliated with the NCCAA, which is a National Christian Collegiate Athletic Organization. Association is the A. But really those schools are kind of spread out all over the U.S. With like-minded missions such as ours, Christian-based schools that want to compete on the field but want to compete in the right way. And so it's actually very nice for our athletes that they don't get 1 chance at a postseason, they actually get 2 chances at a postseason. If something maybe doesn't go right in the NAIA the way you want, you have a chance to compete at the NCCAA and get recognition for your athletes also in honors and postseason honors. So that's a great thing that we offer our athletes and a good opportunity for them to be seen and get recognized on a national stage. We participate now in 12 varsity sports. We just added cross country for the upcoming fall 2016 season. We also offer men and women's basketball, men and women's soccer, men and women's golf. Of course, I just said men and women's cross country. And then we have wrestling, volleyball, softball, and baseball. Of those 12 varsity sports, 3 of our programs are men's basketball, men's soccer, and men's baseball. Also offer a JV program where we try to build and pull guys up from so they have a little bit larger of a pool and hopefully maybe develop those kids that aren't ready for the college jump, give them a couple years to develop and then pull them up to the varsity side. So lots of opportunities, lots of different sports for both men and women to participate at CBC. But like I said, the first year in the AMC, you never know what you're going to come up against and how different it is, but we made great strides actually in both the NAIA and the NCCAA, and just to let you guys know actually where we finished up so you have an idea of what we're looking forward to in the coming year. Men's basketball went to the NCCAA Central Regions and actually made it to the final game. Very close final game and wound up losing in the finals, but went all the way through the region to make the finals. Our men's golf team placed second in the NAIA, and the national championship game came in second. Men's wrestling with Ken Profit, he sent 2 of his seniors to the NAIA National Wrestling Championships, and they both showed very well. Actually, for the first time, the NAIA streamed the game, so we were able to get on our website and actually watched Peter and Curlin compete. And then softball went to the opening round of the NAIA World Series and also went to the NCCAA Regionals for softball and competed well there. And then ending out the year was baseball, who actually did us proud in the AMC. They won the AMC, was AMC champions, which automatically earned them a bid to the NAIA National Championship for baseball, where they made it into the opening round. So we're very thrilled with what we started to do last year, and now, as our president has said, we're looking forward to a year of excellence, not just at CBC in general, but also in our athletic program moving forward. And kicking that off, of course, in the fall is men and women's soccer, volleyball, and now again, cross country is added back for the fall season. So we have lots of new faces actually with our fall sports. With cross country being added, we hired a guy originally from Romania that actually has been in the Little Rock area for about 17 years, Cesar Tolera. He has a history coaching at Henderson and at UALR, and actually runs his own cross-country kind of training service. So we're very thrilled about him and his resume and what we think he can do building our cross-country program. Got with him, and he's still kind of figuring out the schedule and where he's running, trying to find locations in Conway and getting his schedule set up. But we're very thrilled to see what our cross-country team will do and where he can take that in the next couple years. Men and women's soccer, I'm still here, they're kind of stuck with me, but we did add our new men's soccer coach. Taylor Carnahan was our assistant last year. We promoted him to head soccer coach for this year. He's actually a graduate of CBC, and like I said, been an assistant, has earned his stripes to get his chance now to lead our men's soccer program and see where they did. 2 years ago, they made it to the finals of the NCCAA regional tournament. Last year, getting into the new conference, competed well, so, and a lot of guys are returning and brought in a strong freshman class. I actually watched them practice this morning before my session. A lot of good guys, new faces, but that can compete, so we're excited to see where Taylor will take the program. We actually kick off together a doubleheader on September 5th at 1 o'clock and 3 o'clock respectively. I'll play first, and then the men play versus Oklahoma City. So we're excited to actually have our first home game out at Centennial Soccer Park, down Dave Ward past the Walmart. We're excited to hopefully have a big crowd, but actually open as a doubleheader to pull more people in, come enjoy some sun, watch some soccer all day. And then volleyball kicks off August 30th at 6 p.m. against Mid-America Christian. They play on campus inside the A.R. Redden Fieldhouse. So if you can, get out, watch some fall sports, and see how that goes. All our schedules, Vance mentioned to you, printed some, but all of our fall sports can be found on cbcmustangs.com. You can look up all our fall sports, what times we play, where we play. Sorry. All right. As long supporting our Mustangs, obviously we would love to see you guys out at our games. The bigger crowds, the better. Our athletes enjoy playing in front of crowds, having people cheer for them. Their parents, we get a lot of support from the parents, and we're happy for that, but we like when administration comes out, when students come out, and obviously when the community comes out to watch all our games. Vance also mentioned, and Sancy kind of put stuff on every table, it looks like, but obviously the CBC Mustangs Club is kicking off, and we've been going at this for about 2 years, really pushing it, and trying to make another big push this year to join our Mustang Club. It's a way that you can help us not just with your support and showing up to the games, which it comes with free passes to the game, but it's also a way obviously to help our students with scholarships so they can afford to go to school and get their education, facility upgrades to make sure our facilities are up to standards and gives the best to our student athletes to compete, postseason travel, because we all want to go to postseason, so, but just really helps our athletics become bigger and better and reach the potential that we know that we have. So if at all, if you can give, no matter what level you can join at, obviously the Mustangs would really appreciate your support. You can go to the CBC website to find out how to join. JD Gray is in charge of that, and you can email him at jgray@cbc.edu, and he'd love to sit down and talk to you about how to join and how to do that. We also have all our social media accounts that our SID is doing a great job of updating constantly. We have Facebook, Twitter, Snapchat, and I don't even know what else is out there nowadays. I try not to get on too many. But our SID runs several accounts, and Deanna as well. They upkeep about 25 different social media accounts and different Facebook pages. Different ways you can find out what our sports are doing, how well we're doing when we play next, what honors our athletes have received, and all those are on the CBC Mustangs website as well, so you can look at those and join those. That's all I got. That's all I got. Any questions?
Coach, you might tell about the October 1st.
Oh, yes. Forgot to mention that. On October 10th? October 1st. Actually great for our baseball team. Our CBC baseball team is actually playing a fall game at Busch Stadium up in St. Louis. They're playing St. Louis Community College at Busch Stadium following a Cardinals game. So the Cardinals game is first, and then the CBC Mustangs are actually playing second. And Y107? Y107 is actually going to have the game, going to have commentary on the game that you can tune in and listen to and see how they're doing. Tickets might still be available. You can contact JD Gray, actually same as the Mustang Club, to see if there's any tickets left if you're interested in going. But at least tune into Y107 and listen to the game. It's a great opportunity for those guys to get to play in a big stadium in front of a big crowd and get some recognition there. Yay.
Thanks, Jim.
Yes, sir.
So I remember growing up in Conway, soccer wasn't a really popular sport. You know, it was dominated by baseball, basketball,
Sure.
Other sports. And lived out in California for a while, and soccer was huge there. I mean, it's a huge sport, and globally, it's, I think, probably the most popular sport.
Yeah.
Do you see the popularity growing in Central Arkansas or the league level in this area?
Yeah, actually soccer is growing quite a bit. Even in Arkansas, actually every year Little Rock puts on a showcase of the South for a bunch of club teams that we go recruiting at. And even just 5 years ago when I was first in Arkansas coaching, there was only a handful of, maybe 50 coaches, maybe 20 teams. It was relatively small. Now it blows up. There's a couple hundred coaches that attend, 100 plus teams that attend. So really it's starting to grow and more teams are getting to be formed in the whole area. Northwest Arkansas, kind of your Fayetteville, Springdale area, definitely has a bigger soccer contingency over there, and it's very big. But really the Little Rock and Conway area are growing. Rush Soccer Club has now moved in. Another major soccer club is getting bigger here. And then, of course, we have United and a lot of other smaller clubs. But more and more youth teams are being formed here every year, which is leading to more kids playing. And actually, quite a few colleges in the area and in the state now have men and women's soccer, and have hired separate coaches to do so. There's 5 Division I soccer programs in the state of Arkansas alone. So it is growing and becoming more popular and being competitive. So. Yes, sir.
Did you guys get your team together to watch the USA women's team?
Actually, we did. My girls actually moved in for preseason Tuesday morning at 11 a.m. So actually we went to dinner as a team Tuesday evening, and then they all came over to my apartment and sat on the floor, and I only have like a one couch. But actually we did stream the game in my apartment as a team as a whole, and we sat there and watched the U.S. women. So. Yes, sir.
Do you think that's one of the reasons of the gain in popularity is the streaming of it, the ability to watch the Premier League and to be able to see this La Liga and Spanish League on cable TV now where 10 years ago you couldn't?
Yeah, I think so. Obviously, when I was growing up, the 99 women, when they won the World Cup, sparked a massive growth in U.S. soccer. And then obviously this past year with the women winning again and our blowout of Japan sparked another major rise in soccer. And it's a lot easier to find. I can go home and watch the U.S. women's game. When I was growing up, you got the occasional Premier League game on TV, the occasional U.S. game on TV. Now it's every Saturday, every Monday, I can watch a soccer game 4 or 5 days on TV, just on TV, without even hunting it down to stream it. So soccer is gaining on TV, so more people are watching, more parents are watching, which means they want their kids to watch, and more parents are knowing more about it to want their kids to play soccer. In the past, all the parents played football or baseball, and they're like, what do you mean soccer? But now more parents are wanting their kids to play soccer because maybe they have a background and a connection to soccer because it's on TV. Yes, Vance?
Could you comment a little bit on the challenges you have on officiating here in Arkansas, and where do you get your officials from?
Yeah, right now, the AMC, the conference we're in, we strictly get our officials from NYSOA, which is one of the governing bodies for officials, and we strictly use their officials. There's other governing bodies we could go to, but we've decided that at this time it's best for the conference to stick with the one organization. However, the biggest struggle is that pool is drastically dwindling every year. Yes, Paul?
Of the NYSOA referees, how many would you say center the games that you play?
I probably get 5 throughout a year, kind of the same 4 to 5 rotate, and I see the same 4 to 5 guys at Lyon, at Williams Baptist, even over at Freed Hardman. Like Bob kind of alluded to, there's not a lot total in the pool, and then it's even harder to become a center ref. So even guys that can run the line are not qualified to center a game. And I think last year at our AMC meeting, we had 25 referees back out that are not going to be around this year. Basically, their fees are rising, and it's becoming more difficult for them to stay certified and be certified. So they're just giving it up and not continuing to do it. So referees are hard. It can be challenging when you're getting the same refs over and over again. It's when the pool's that small, it's also hard to get qualified referees that can run your game as well. And so it is difficult. They are having to start to pull some Texas refs in for our games, some Tennessee refs in for our game, maybe even Missouri, which does nothing but drive the cost up because now we have to pay hotels for those referees, and that's all coming out of a central budget. So if you know anyone that's reffing, tell them to keep doing it. But we want the pool to grow, and they're trying to figure out ways to encourage young people to keep reffing, but it seems they get to a certain age, and they get to that high school level, and they choose not to go on, or that's kind of when they drop out of refereeing. So trying to find new ways to encourage and incentives to get young people to keep reffing and to get those higher badges. Yes?
It's really good for you guys to have facilities here,
Mm-hmm.
Common Soccer Park, like baseball and Common Christian, I think. So that's a real blessing for the college relative to what your community's done.
Yes.
What about, is there any kind of tuition assistance for student athletes? Or is it all, you come to school and you want a place to work for good enough to play?
Yeah, obviously we like having our facilities, volleyball and wrestling and men and women's basketball play in our AR Redden Fieldhouse. With us, soccer, we're out at Centennial, baseball's out at Conway Christian on their baseball field, and then our softball team's at City of Colleges Park here in town. So it's nice, even though the facilities aren't on campus, it's very convenient to still be in Conway, just a little couple minutes away, and be able to get to our fields and utilize what the city has built and put those to good use with the city having facilities and nice facilities for us to use. And then back to your scholarship question, yes, the school does offer athletic scholarships as aid. So we work around an average system, so the coach can offer a student a certain amount to come play, and then they can also put any maybe federal money or Arkansas scholarship money on top of that, and any outside aid they get to kind of build a complete package to come to school. But yes, we as an institution offer athletic scholarships, and that's up to each coach to delegate that money out.
I'm just asking because I have a baseball.
Baseball's always looking for players, so Dr. Aaron Brister is at your service. A. Brister at cbc.edu. And baseball's still recruiting. It's their spring sport, so.
There
Mr.
is
President.
an app that you can go to, tune in, if you want to listen to the Cardinal game. In fact, I even opened it on Deanna's phone and gave it back to her. That's what she heard. You know, if you touch the cell phone during a meeting, just touch it. It's going to make some noise. But it was my fault.
Especially in a Ziploc bag.
Tune in. The app.
Yeah, I did not.
Not my fault. It's hers.
Anything else? All right, come out, watch the Mustangs.